So the next Instagrammable spot is the Cooper Hewitt Design Museum, which is actually along the same strip or street as the Met, and it's called the Museum Mile, where there are a bunch of museums to go visit, and I will be sharing some more of them throughout this video.
Hey friends, not sure about you, but I am craving travel so bad. So what better way to travel than to look back at my camera roll and share with you guys my favorite Instagrammable spots from my favorite city, or one of my favorite cities, which is New York. So I'm going to be sharing with you these different ideas for Instagrammable spots that you can visit once the travel restrictions are lifted and also the gas shortages are gone. So hopefully you get some ideas and enjoy this video.
We are going up to the Met, yay, yay, yay. How much energy do you have? Nothing. Nothing. Okay.
The first Instagrammable spot is the Met, which has the iconic steps where you just have to take a picture or you didn't really come to New York. And all these clips, guys, are from pre-COVID, but back then the spot was very crowded. Not sure about it now, but honestly it's great to have people to add to the atmosphere and the story. And by the way, I will be sharing a lot of quick fire tourist spots and things to do in New York all the way to the very end, so stay for the whole thing. When you do go to New York, make sure you take in the sights, the sounds, the smells, and also the taste. And I think it'd be cute to get a picture with some of the food carts around the city, especially if you have a more colorful or grungy style for your Instagram. Inside the museum is another Instagrammable spot, and there will be a lot of people, but you just gotta brave it and pose. Outside the Egyptian exhibition and also in the food court, the lighting is really good because of these giant windows. BT dubs, if you guys are wondering how I drove around New York or parked, we actually took a tour bus with my class and then a double-decker bus with my family. I don't suggest driving there just because it's so crowded. Maybe take the metro, that might be the cheapest option. But anywho, I actually took a missions trip to New York back in high school and we stayed at a church in Brooklyn. So we saw this next Instagrammable spot pretty much every day, and if you love rom-coms, you probably recognize this bridge because it's so iconic. The Brooklyn Bridge is definitely a great Instagram background. A lot of couples also use it for engagement pictures, but it's great if you're on the bridge itself, underneath the bridge, or far, far from the bridge. And another bridge to visit is the Manhattan Bridge. So the next Instagrammable spot is the Cooper Hewitt Design Museum, which is actually along the same strip or street as the Met, and it's called the Museum Mile, where there are a bunch of museums to go visit, and I will be sharing some more of them throughout this video. Cooper Hewitt was definitely not as big as the Met, but I honestly liked how small it was. It was easier to take in, and as a design grad and lover of all things sci-fi, I loved how they mix technology with art, and it was definitely more modern. The next museum is the Guggenheim, and it's actually just down the street from Cooper Hewitt. And if you've never heard of the Guggenheim, it's basically this spiral, cylindrical, conical shaped museum, which is awesome. And we actually didn't go pay to go all the way to the top, we just went to the gift shop, but I believe you circle all the way from the bottom to the top without running paths with the people going down. So this was one of my favorite days we planned. We walked from Cooper Hewitt to the Guggenheim, which is across Central Park, BTW. And we also got to walk to 2 must-stop foodie spots for all my foodies out there. We had lunch at the Shake Shack, which was delicious. And then we wanted more junk, so we went to Levain Bakery. And everything was so close to each other. They were pretty much 5 to 11 minutes apart. And this was near the Met, so we did stop by again. But if you guys are enjoying this video, go ahead and like and comment which Instagrammable spot you want to visit in New York next. And make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I briefly mentioned Central Park, and this is definitely an Instagrammable spot if you want a picture of serenity amidst a concrete jungle. Plus you get to recreate Home Alone, Enchanted, and Night at the Museum if you like those movies. And Dash and Lily, if you've seen that show, past letters here at the Alice in Wonderland sculpture. It's a perfect spot for a whimsical photo op. And if you guys want any ideas for pictures, honestly, Turtle Lust, she lives in New York and she has the best pictures around. Another Instagrammable spot that's more of a park situation is the Washington Square, and this arch reminds me of Paris's Arc de Triomphe or Barcelona's Arco de Triunfo, which I actually went to. And after a long day of shooting pictures, you might as well go to the Dough Edible Cookie Dough Bakery, which is just down the road from Washington Square. The line can get pretty long though. I remember standing over here for 30 minutes waiting for a cookie dough, but honestly worth the wait. If you do like sweets or just colorful backdrops, make sure you do stay till the end because I will be mentioning some more backdrops for your Instagram that will be very colorful. Another iconic Instagrammable spot in New York is the Flatiron Building, which we have one here in Greenville. It's really small and cute. But anyway, this one had scaffolding when we visited back in 2019. Not sure how it is now, but when you do go and take a photo here, I recommend having a wide-angle lens and having your photographer near the ground to get the full building. A lot of people will be there when the COVID restrictions are lifted, so just be aware of that. You might need to stand or sit on the concrete blocks, but make sure you're not harming anyone or yourself. As with all of these places, you need to be mindful of your surroundings and the people around you. So I might not come here when it's rush hour, but you can get some pretty cool shots here. Even with just an iPhone, you can put your phone or your camera on a tripod and have a slow shutter speed and your subject remaining still and your background moving, and it looks pretty awesome.
An awesome detour, and we made it to Grand Central Station.
Coming from the subway, you gotta go to the Grand Central Station, which is the center of everything. There will be a lot of people again, but honestly this and another place I'm mentioning soon will give you the most memorable feeling in New York. You just feel the buzz, the energy rushing through your veins. People are rushing out and everything is jam-packed.
Alright, we went to the Lego store that Drew loved. Oh, whoops, sorry. That's awkward. And then we went to the Kate Spade store where Drew waited for us patiently. Thank you, Drew. Thanks for being patient the whole time.
Within walking distance from the Grand Central Station is the Rockefeller Center, basically known for Home Alone, and the Lego store and the shopping district of Saks Fifth if you're looking for Tiffany's. The Rockefeller is magical, especially in the Christmas time. Instagrammable spots on regular days would probably be the famous ice skating rink and the international flags. So the Rockefeller Plaza has the top of the rock, but you can also go to the Empire State Building, which is a different building that you can go up to, and you do have to ride this really fast elevator, which is pretty fun, I think. And there are levels of this building where you can see some kind of exhibition. They had like a King Kong one, and then you can see, I guess, which famous people have been there before.
Empire State Building. Yes, we are. It's probably like 28 degrees. Very, very windy, but sadly they have these iron gates on Saturday.
Oh, so I don't know if I knew this at the moment, but I certainly forgot till after editing this, but all the photos in my head I wanted to recreate were actually from the top of the rock, and I was not at the top of the rock. This was the Empire State Building. If you are wanting great rooftop pictures like the ones I'm about to show, I recommend going to the top of the rock instead of this Empire State Building, and I also recommend coming around golden hour and when it is warmer.
Times Square, Karis, we're in Times Square. It's insane. So cool.
Okay, remember the buzz I talked about earlier at one of the Insta spots? Well, this one wins the prize for the most epic spot in New York. This just has so much energy, and if you guys wanted to visit other spots nearby, it's closer to the Chelsea Art District, which has the Vessel and the High Line, and also there are little shops in here that you can visit. They had the Rilakkuma pop-up shop when I went a few years ago, and also there was a Grow with Google headquarters nearby. Okay, I am so proud of this video, guys. I am loving all the ideas that I'm presenting, and I hope that you like it too. Please subscribe so I can produce more videos like this. But another 2 different spots to go to are the Brave Girl and the Charging Bolt, and also Oculus. The Oculus is a mall, but it is part of the World Trade Center and the 9/11 Memorial, so I would make sure to show some respect if I'm doing any photo shoots there. Okay babes, I can't quite fit everything into this video, so I'm going to quickly run through them, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me down below. Showing you some intricate cathedrals here, but I'm very thankful that I'm saved by grace alone, faith alone. And here are some other museums to visit. MoMA has Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh, and also Society of Illustrators has the original Charlotte's Web and Madeline if you guys watched that when you were little. And last but not the least, I really wanted to visit the Color Factory when I was there, but I missed out. However, if you are feeling inspired with photography after watching this jam-packed video, go ahead and watch my other videos right here.